96 Houston meteorologist John Dawson joins us now to give us a rundown of what exactly we should have ready. John, it is so great to speak with you today on Fox Weather. Let's talk about emergency kits, because we are 3 days now into Atlantic hurricane season, and the time to prepare is right now.
Yeah, Kendall, I've been doing my hurricane gear test segment for several years now, and I just kind of give folks ideas of what they might put in their kits. And I found that people are a little overwhelmed with the idea of making a preparedness kit. So I tried to really break it down to just 5 things. This is your starting point. This is what you need to get going, and these are the most basic sort of categories that need to be thought of for any kind of hurricane preparedness. And it starts off with food and water. You really need 3 days worth of food and water, and that's 1 gallon per person per day. And then you need a flashlight or a lantern, something that's battery powered. Of course, your power is going to go out. So not only do you need light, but you also need a way to charge that cell phone. So we're not just talking about the cable that you plug it to the wall. You need some sort of a power source that you can charge your phone with at the minimum. And then also a first aid kit, because sometimes we just have to kind of care for ourselves when we're in those emergency situations like that.
And I think that's so important when you mentioned, especially thinking about your family, and you know your family best, and you know your family's needs. Food for at least 3 days, a gallon of water per person. Those are all really important aspects to have in your emergency kit. Now, I also think that oftentimes people forget about those important documents, your medical documents, your insurance, your driver's license. Those are so incredibly vital to also have, at least if it's not in your emergency kit, very close by that you can grab at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you definitely need to have all that sort of ready to go. And as I talked about, this idea of these basic items, and then everyone has to customize that a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to go through real quick and show you a few things I found over the years. This is Bridgeford Foods. It's their ready to eat. They have sandwiches. It's even pizza, and they have bread products. These have a 3-year shelf life. And so you can buy these. They'll be around for 3 years, and they're shelf stable, so you don't need to refrigerate. You don't need to heat. Inside here, they've got one of these, looks like more of an MRE. These actually are made for the military, but they sell them to the consumers as well, is kind of what you're looking at. When you look at water, basic ideas is you can either store your water or filter your water. And this product literally just came to the station yesterday in the afternoon, so I haven't really had a chance to look at it too closely. It's the Lifesaver Cube, and it actually has a water filter in this side. And then what you do is you pump it up to put pressure in it, and then it will have the water come out as it goes through that filter. So that kind of has a little bit of both in there. I talked about a flashlight. This is the Ace Beam P20. It's another brand new thing I have not reviewed yet. So some of these items I've looked at, some of them like the Lifesaver and this P20 Ace Beam flashlight I haven't looked at. This thing will throw light a very, very far distance. It's good for search and rescue, they say, but also for self-defense. I don't know if we always need a self-defense flashlight for hurricane preparedness, but that's the one they sent me. That was the one to think about. Charging your phone, so a lot of times solar panels are the way to go with that. This is from SunJack. It's a smaller 25-watt one, but what the key is, if you're going to use solar panels, make sure that you have some sort of battery that you can charge from the solar panel. There's 2 in this one, and that way you're not having to plug your phone directly into here. You could charge the battery, leave one on the charger or on the solar panels, and then take the other one off to, in fact, charge your device that you're looking at. And for the first aid kit, I just grabbed this out of the Uncharted Supply Company 72-hour survival system that they have, because it kind of gives you a good idea of what you're looking at. Uncharted Supply Company has a lot of survival products, and this is just a basic first aid kit that they include. Something that I like to look for is scissors. Make sure there's some shears in there. This also has a wash, so you can use this for an eye wash or to clean out a wound. And I don't think this one has the cold compress, but a lot of first aid kits also have that cold compress, is something else that I'm looking for. So those are, again, just sort of 5 examples of those 5 categories, those 5 areas that I think we really need to at least have, and then a starting point to you kind of customize and make your kit fit more for you.
Yeah, I mean, John, that was so enlightening. There's a little bit of chatter going on in the studio back here. The solar panel, a lot of folks are like, ooh, I might just want that for daily life. Have you had a chance to use the solar panel? Do you like it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, totally. Again, some of these I've tested, some of them I'm going to test, but the SunJack solar panel, yes, I've used this, and all solar technology is always slower than you want. So you have to allow always more time. It's not going to be fast, but that's why it's nice with a system like this that has the 2 batteries on it. You can leave one sitting out in the sun, always charging, and then you have that other battery that you can pull off and charge, because a lot of times these flashlights are rechargeable as well. You need to recharge a flashlight sometimes, as well as just charging your phone. So yeah, the SunJack it's a pretty good one. That's definitely highly rated in my book.
Well, that is great. And I also want to know, what about the food? The Bridgeford food, you said a 3-year shelf life. Is that highly rated in your book as well? What's the taste like?
I do like the Bridgeford food quite a bit, as a matter of fact. And they have what I would call savory or sweet. Like they have, this is a pizza that they make, and then this one is an apple turnover. So they have a variety. They also make some wraps where you know, like barbecue meat sort of wrapped in a tortilla, more or less. And again, they originally started making these for the military, and it's part of the military MREs that they sell. And then they're like, hey, I think we can sell this to campers. You know, mostly this is designed for the outdoors life, where you take it camping or something like that. But again, with a 3-year shelf life, it works really well for emergency preparedness.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. John, you approved of the food. So savory, sweet, you got it all. But some fantastic ideas for folks to include in their emergency kit this upcoming hurricane season. Fox 26 Houston meteorologist John Dawson, as always, thank you so much for being with us on Fox Weather.